Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Marvel Future Fight V755
Excellent
update live stream.
Not
That's right,
scuffed
we're coming live to you.
audio.
I want to welcome everybody today, and thank you all to those
Not
of
scuffed,
you who
boys.
have been answering the
Not
questions
scuffed.
we've posed in the chat before the stream actually started, and now, I guess, if you haven't answered them and you would still like to hear us read
I
your
gotta lower my
question
mic a little
aloud,
bit here.
please do so now. The first question we have here
Wow, starting off with
is,
questions.
which Eternal are
Boy.
you most excited for? That would be a great start. And then later on we will be tackling the question, which comic series would you like to see in Marvel Future Fight?
Let me tell you guys
So
something.
if you have answers to those, please drop them, and you
I'm
may
not a
hear
genius.
it read aloud by myself and my co-host
I'm
today.
not an expert.
I hope you all enjoyed V750
By any means.
Enter the Phoenix, but today
However,
we are focusing on V755 mid-month update content
in my
from
life,
Marvel
I have
Studios.
never been
Eternals.
hyped
Yes, this will be
when a
an
video
update
or a
inspired
live
by
stream starts
Marvel
with
Studios and Eternals
Q&A.
movie, which is coming out very soon.
You know what I'm
only
saying?
In theaters. So
nothing gets me
that
less
is going to be
hyped.
very exciting. We have
than
a new
Q&A.
character by the name of Makkari and uniforms for Ikaris and
There
Sersi.
we go. Why don't
There
you
will
lead with
also
that?
be
Makkari,
in-stream
Ikaris,
reward,
Sersi. Yes.
rewards given out to those of you
Much
who watch
better,
the stream, which you are
right?
doing right now.
Stream
Congratulations
rewards.
on doing what it takes. Please stick to the
Nice.
end of the show, and we will be giving you instructions and a special code that you can enter to retrieve your reward.
A special
Keep in
code.
mind, there is a very limited time that you can actually
Yeah, like
claim
2
this
hours.
reward, so you're going to have to be pretty
By the time you're watching this on
Draw for that
YouTube,
one.
the reward
All
will be
right,
long
I am going
gone.
to bring in my friend and yours.
I'm in the
my
future, right? I'm in the
co-host,
past right now. You're in the
Mr.
future.
CM Cage. Where is he?
Hello,
Cage.
There he is.
hello, Kim. Hello, agents. And once again, it is always great to be back to showcase a new stellar update. Now, Kim, are you
Cage.
excited for the Eternals?
Is he aging?
Yeah, I'm excited for this movie. I've been waiting a long time for it.
I hope so. Yeah, 'cause that's the focal point.
Is he
of what
rogue?
This update will be back. And speaking of which, I believe you have one of our first engagement questions. You're going to go ahead and ask.
Yes, it's which Eternal are you most excited for?
More questions.
My answer was, well, I mean, there's a few. I am excited for Sersi because I'm really interested in her specific portrayal, her MCU version.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really also curious about Thena.
Yeah.
I think she comes off as
Yeah,
really
Thena's
in
cool.
control, really formidable.
True.
She has this energy that's don't mess with me. I am very smart. I am very brave. I'm very strong.
That's Angelina
So
Jolie's character.
I think she's very interesting.
True. She got
How
the
about you,
shield and the
Cage?
spear.
For me, actually, I was going to lead off by saying Ikaris, but after doing a little bit more research and seeing a little bit more of Makkari, actually, I'm a little bit more intrigued by her character. So I'm actually going to switch my vote and actually say I'm interested
Okay.
in Makkari. I'm interested in
Okay.
speed characters, especially one of this, almost cosmic level of just power.
Yeah.
Guys, I was looking over
No,
this
that's
character's
exciting to
history.
have a speedster.
Yeah, and I was looking over this character's history, and this character's history has been all over the place. So I'm really intrigued.
'Cause they
and
run.
I'm looking forward to definitely showcasing her.
They're
to
all
you
over
guys
the
as well.
map.
All right. Well, I have some responses already from those of you who are in the chat watching
Ready?
live.
Are you ready?
Sebus Olguin, please forgive me if I've mispronounced your name, says Sersi. Nitro Dash 152 says, for some reason, I'm excited for Ikaris. They did not explain what that for some reason is, but Luis Navarez on Facebook says
Face
T2
who?
Cage. I like how it's not T3. It's T2.
Interesting, just
Juan Carlos
I'm not
Navarro?
an Eternal just yet, but we'll see. We'll get there someday.
It's indicating you're T1 right now. I'm just putting that out
Need
there.
some work.
Lion of Olympus, Prince of Power, that's quite a long name, says please, and then the please emoji, and then the sad emoji. Please, please, please give us Gilgamesh, and then more of this please and sad
Please don't
emojis.
read the comments that have frickin' emojis.
Maybe we'll
Please.
take pity on those.
And don't say the word emoji.
No, there's no need to be sad. It's all good.
Please, Kate.
Carlos Figueiredo, please
I know
forgive me
him.
again if
I
I
know him.
mispronounced that. Again,
Carlos
says
Figueiredo.
Thena,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
me.
I know Carlos.
Nice.
I know Carlos.
And we have Freddie Turner saying, can't wait to see
Timmy Turner?
Cersei's skills, which you will see them
Fairly Odd
imminently.
Parents?
Very soon.
Mouthful says Makkari, like
Who?
you.
Who?
Same
Pause?
reasoning, too.
Who?
Need a speedster with fast movement speed.
Nice.
You just read someone's name mouthful?
And I have one more. Marcos Perez says, Ikaris, all caps.
Nah, you did
needs
not
to
do that.
break the game. Also,
Nah.
all caps.
You didn't read
so
that.
This is
We're gonna
screaming
pretend
answer.
I
You could
misheard.
assume, right?
You said something else. I
Very
misheard because
passionate, which
I
is
have
good. You need to
problems.
be passionate, especially for characters with levels of strength. such
Oh
as
no
these.
no no!
So
This is
that
gonna
said,
this is
Yeah.
gonna be a
go
good
ahead and
live
just
stream. I
jump
can
straight
feel
in.
it. Here
We're
we
gonna
go.
Open up with our first
We're getting.
which is Makkari.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Now, Makkari
Oh, okay,
is,
we're
as you
jumping
can see,
right
is
in.
a new character to the game, and she is of course a speed type.
Oh,
character.
Sersi's
Kim,
transcended.
for those audiences out there that don't know who Makkari is, why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of a rundown?
Okay.
Well, like you mentioned, Makkari is
Makkari
the
looks
speedster
weird.
of the Eternals. She is devoted to protecting humankind from the deviants. She
That's not her
is
outfit in the movie.
has a lot of different powers, a lot of abilities that are frequent among the Eternals, including cosmic energy manipulation,
So she's gonna get a uniform.
extreme force generation, shockwave generation.
This is more
and of
like her
course,
comic, the comic
superhuman
look,
speed.
but
Makkari
female.
is the fastest woman in the universe.
Wait a minute,
so they
Makkari's
say.
already a female in the
Yes.
comics now, right? Because they
So, of
released
course,
new
there's
Eternals
lots of-
comics
there's a lot
for
to
the
develop
movie,
about this character. We're
and
not going to
they
go
already
fully
changed Makkari to
into all the
female.
description,
So this
but
is
one
the
thing I'll just
new
highlight, for
female
example, for
Makkari in the
some of her
comics.
passive skills, such as her
That's
tier
good, that's
2
good.
passive skill, the Sonic Dodge. It grants a guaranteed dodge rate of plus 30% and decreases damage received by 30%. And that's just for her tier 2.
Decreases. Okay,
But
nice.
enough of her
That's not
passive
bad.
skills. Let's go ahead and see some of her skills in the field. And something I want to highlight just before we start, especially the developers wanted me to emphasize this a lot more with this current update, is that a lot of certain stats are still currently in development and are still under
A lot
the
more.
mode of construction. So whatever we say may not be present in the final build. So just something to keep that in
Why a lot more though?
All right, thanks for adding that, Cage.
Yep. And we're going to go ahead and jump in and see some of these skills.
Okay. Okay, nice intro.
That's quite an entrance. All
Yeah.
right. We're going to go ahead and start off with
Love a
skill
good
number
entrance.
1. That's right. Skill number 1, of course, do basic attack. Interesting, this
That
basic
looks
attack
cool.
also creates a projectile, a little bit of a blast attack. There.
That looks
So you
kinda
see
cool.
people in the back getting struck as well. If I get closer, it's about the same.
I'm never gonna auto attack, but it's cool.
And about skill 1. Moving on to skill number 1, which is, I was talking about the basic attack earlier. This is skill number 1.
Okay.
This is called the Psionic Punch. Now take a look at one more time and see all the just the area of effect this works.
Ratio.
Yeah. She comes in, deal
It's a nice one too,
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
deals
okay.
anybody hit by the first initial attack will be given stun, but if you notice the attack goes a lot further out and anybody caught in range is hit by the blast.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
Have to restart it because every time she hits, everyone gets spread further out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to skill
Spread those
number 2,
mouthfuls.
which actually is a counterattack. This is how it looks just with the basic. We can go ahead and actually have the
Okay,
enemy
that's kind of sick.
attack
She's like, oh,
first.
sweet.
Okay, do that counter.
All right, here we go. This is the skill number 2, which is
Ooh.
the limit unlock.
What?
Again,
It's a little different.
yeah, she does a little bit of a sweep
She like
kick there.
sends.
Turn
She
off
sends the wave
this
out.
one. Again, as I mentioned, this is a counterattack, which actually fractures opponents while leaving them incapacitated and paralyzed.
Can't tell the
This one
difference,
more
but it
time.
looks cool.
Nice.
MFR is
Move
still
on to
waiting
these
for
guys over
magic.
here for skill number 3. Let's take a look.
Who? That's cool. That's really cool, actually.
Ooh, nice.
I like that.
This
I like
is
that.
the Tectonic Shift. This grants damage immunity while also accumulating true damage dealt to enemies regardless of their defense and dodge rate.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. That's
Earthquake
nice.
almost.
I really like the rock swirling. That looks sick.
Move on to skill number 4, which is a pretty neat little skill. I'm
Man,
gonna
she
actually
makes
reset
Quicksilver
it.
look like
yeah, a lot
shit.
went
Yeah,
on.
do that
I'm not
again.
gonna do that.
I'd like to
with
see
a
that
better
again.
angle.
Whoa.
Yep, a little bit of a zigzag motion there. Let's do it one more time. This is the Psionic Sprint. This is a swift stunning strike, which actually deals about 60% of your physical attack.
60% Cage?
Nice. Yeah, that's really fast. I appreciate your showing it more than once.
Yeah, these skills are very, especially being with the
appreciate
Eternals,
it
all
too,
their
Kim.
skills are very visually, a lot more cinematic and look a lot more visually appealing. So let's try that again.
It looks
See,
cool.
she
Yeah.
zigzags back and forth and comes
She
all
makes
the
the
way back.
berserk sign.
Go ahead and move on to skill number 5. This is the Cosmic Cyclone.
Bro,
She runs around,
it's like they just wanted to
capture
make
enemies.
Quicksilver's 5th skill way better.
One more time.
They're like
Now, this
Quicksilver's
is a
cyclone
paralyzing
skill.
attack that actually ignores your opponent's damage immunity while granting Makkari a little bit of immunity of her own.
Quick.
And that also
I like the
increases her
depiction
basic,
of
Wow,
super speed.
that looks really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, the little
not only that, it also
red
increases her
silhouettes.
basic damage for
Damn.
her next attack by 100%.
Oh, and it's got a damage proc. That actually looks really cool.
Now, of course, she does, as you can see there, she actually has a transcended potential or awakened skill. We're not going to go over that just yet. I'll tell you the reason why soon. First, I'm going to go ahead and go into the developer developer notes, see what they have to say. So according to the developers, they actually say she is a well-rounded character for both PvP and PvE. The reason being, for PvE, after gaining the skill 3 defensive buff, which is referring to this skill right here.
That's new.
She's also able to attack with skills 4 and 5, allowing you to chain the hits a little bit better.
Okay.
And for PvP, with the aid of her second skill, which is also, as I mentioned earlier, which is a counter attack, she has a high dodge rate. So overall, Makkari is great for attack and defense.
We'll see. She also gets
For the
debuff
developer
immunity
tip,
on
they
her
mentioned
second skill.
It would be effective to
for
begin
3
a combo
seconds.
with skills 3 to get the accumulated damage, then increase her attack skill using skills 4 and 5. So we're going to go ahead and test out
Maybe
their
like 3, 5, 4, 3
recommended
cancel,
skill
5
combo,
cancel,
which
4.
is 3 cancel, 4 cancel, and 5. Let's try it
3
out.
cancel, 4 cancel, 5.
Nice.
Okay.
You can see her racking up those hits. All right, and that does it for just the basic modern uniform of Makkari. But that's just not it though. We have a lot more to go on to go with that. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. So of course, with the addition of this new update, the several eternal characters are going to be getting, or a few of the eternal characters are currently going to be given a new uniform. That's because Makkari is not only a new character, she's also a new character that will be given a new uniform in this very same update.
That's right. You may
Nice.
recognize this. This is the
True.
Marvel Studios Eternals.
True. Day one
That's right.
uniform. Nice.
Now with this uniform, she has two new skills, and as part of her passive that come with this new additional skill that comes with this passive
Remix.
uniform. With this new skill, she actually she's given an additional 10 HP recovery with the addition of when using her new skill, Hurricane Dash, which we will go over very shortly.
So
Go
she
ahead
doesn't
and
have a
take
heal
look
with
at new
her
skills
base
in
look?
action.
Naughty, naughty.
All right.
All right. So again, a lot of her skills actually have a little bit more of a different color palette, so you can see here.
Yellow.
This is skill 1, which is one of her new skills, which is the Eternal Sonic Boom. It's similar to her previous skill, but if you notice the difference here is
Okay.
that she actually dashes behind her opponents.
Sure.
Nice. Okay.
Right. So move on to skill number 2. Again, skill number 2 isn't a new skill, but again, just
The
if you notice
cooler
the color is a
Daniel.
little bit different, so a little bit of a visual change there.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to go ahead and move on to skill number 3, which, as I mentioned, kind of plays into her uniform's new passive skill.
Whoa, buddy, what the
I'm going to do this skill one more time because visually it's just very cool.
Yeah.
This again is the Hurricane Dash. As you can see, great visual effects, looks fantastic.
Bro.
Now this thing about this skill is that it's as far as the effects are the exact same as the previous uniform or the modern
Wow.
uniform, but the difference is that because of the uniform's passive ability, you actually gain additional HP recovery.
Yeah, passive ability with
Looks good.
5 billion
Move on to
hits.
skill number 4.
Holy cow, dude.
All right.
This is
I
the
recognize
Sonic
that.
Sprint. You
I
recognize
really like her
the
old
zigzag
third
motion
skill,
there.
though. Damn.
Again,
Yeah.
not a new skill, but again,
Sure.
just cool to see again.
Different color palette.
That's right. Skill number 5 is the
That's
Cosmic
right.
Cyclone.
That looks so sick, though, in gold.
I just love the way
Damn.
that speed is depicted. It's kind of like those old school zoetropes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Or like
Yeah, see
looks
it?
like hieroglyphics almost. That's so
I'm gonna
sick.
go ahead and
That's-
reset one more
that's-
time.
A really cool stylistic choice.
That's right.
I think
So I'm gonna
MFF
go
has
ahead and move
better
on to her
CGI
Awakened
than
skill. Let's
The
test that.
Flash CW. Oh snap! It's the
So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this again because the angle wasn't really right. But
Bro,
you
and
can probably
it's
see by
lagging
the
your
time
phone.
that skill ended.
it's lagging your
I see a
phone.
friend.
There you go. That's right.
Bro,
You
Oh, it's
can see
lagging
Makkari
your
and her fellow
device.
Eternal Sersi join together in a stellar attack that paralyzes foes while
It looks
granting
cool, though.
Makkari. Now there's a number of stats in here, so I'm gonna try to get through this as best I can. So
Okay,
this
Cade
attack
remix.
increases Makkari and her Makkari's critical rate and damage by 35% while ignoring your foe's dodge rate by 70%. In addition to that, this further increases her. So
Okay.
when she lands a critical strike, her critical damage is further increased by 50%. And if that wasn't enough, her basic attack and defense is further increased by
he's
briefly
spitting.
by 25%. There's a lot that goes on with this skill.
Young Cage.
As it
Not
should,
bad.
as this is an awakened skill.
Yeah, it's mad. Like they gotta fix
That
that.
does
for
it
the final.
for the fantastic Makkari.
I see some of Sersi's qualities in there too.
That's right. And you're going to see more of that
Yeah.
in just a moment, too.
Good, good. I want to talk about that more.
I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next batch. As you can see here, that is not the correct batch. That's from a previous update. Here is
Okay,
the
nice.
correct batch, and as you can see, these are the Eternals based off Marvel Studios. Eternals.
Yo,
Of course,
Sersi
you have
looks
Ikaris and you have Sersi,
fit.
but we're going to go ahead and start off with
Jesus.
follow up with Sersi.
Jesus. What is her?
This is Sersi in her new uniform.
thighs, bro.
So, of course, Sersi was introduced, I believe, back in the 695 update, but she is given a new uniform in this update. So, just as a refresher, Kim, can you refresh our audience and who Sersi is?
Sersi's mom.
Well, we know Sersi is a member of the Eternals. What's special about Sersi, though, is her great capacity for compassion and love. She loves humankind.
Oh, I love
And
Sersi. She loves me.
she works as a
Oh, yeah.
museum curator.
Oh, yeah.
But she uses her powers of
She can curate my
transmutation
art.
to help people and protect people and give them the best chance to advance. She also is in love with Ikaris and has been for about 5,000 years.
Until I show up.
Sweet. So,
Yeah.
so with this uniform, some additional effects that we can read off is that with
Mommy?
this uniform,
Sorry.
she has an additional
Mommy?
HP
Sorry.
recovery rate of 30%.
Mommy?
Not only
Sorry.
that, any damage she received is
Sersi.
actually reduced by 30%. And in addition to that, for example, for her passive skill Eternal Cleansing, the effect of removing debuffs from her fellow Eternal allies have increased from 10 seconds to 12 seconds.
I'm
while
not
the
even
cooldown has
listening to
been
him,
increased
man.
From 20 seconds to 18
Y'all are
seconds.
distracting
Seems small,
me.
but when strategically planning these out, timing is everything. And
Of
then
course,
lastly, for
Cage.
her tier 2 Cosmic Focus, in addition to getting a 30% increase on basic attack and damage, or basic attack, any damage she receives by supervillain is decreased by 30%, and any damage dealt to supervillains is increased by 30%. So pretty good passives.
That's good.
Let's go ahead and take a look at
I'm
these
down
skills.
horrendous, bro. I'm down horrendous.
With this skill, she actually has 2 enhanced skills as well.
2, 3, and 4 looks like.
This is the
Okay.
Magic Whip, nothing new, but of course the color is a little bit different there. A little something new to look at. This is the skill number 2, Delusion
No
Glow.
bones in the hands.
Let's move on to over here. Let's go on to these guys over
Nice
here to
little
use
jelly
her new skill,
squeeze.
which is the Cosmic Sphere.
Cosmic Sphere. Okay, not bad, not bad. Pretty cool.
Interesting.
Take a look at this one more time. So again, this is a visually astounding skill that will actually paralyze foes
Yeah.
while granting a 15% HP recovery and damage immunity. In
Yeah.
addition to that, it also accumulates a percentage of damage, deal true damage.
That's not what it does, but okay.
Go ahead and move on to these guys over here to move on to our next new skill, which is
Remix.
pretty cool. This is the Enhanced Telekinesis.
From the trailer. That's pretty cool. From the trailer. Nice.
These guys over here.
Nice.
Now, as you can see, she strikes enemies with a bus, and after doing that, she actually transmutes the bus into rose petals. So as you can see here, what this actually does
That's
is
cool.
that after she strikes enemies with this bus, those are left
Yes.
charmed and also burned.
That's
Again,
cool.
these
That's
stats are actually similar to her previous uniform skills, but the difference is, again, not only just visually, but also the range for this attack has actually been increased as well. Take a look at it one more time. For those of you who saw the teaser, this would
The
look
rose petals are
very
always
familiar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Move on over here.
That's like such a hallmark of Cersei now.
My phone better not lag.
This
I'm
is skill
telling you
5,
right
which
now.
is not a new skill. That was Beads of Destruction.
Yeah.
So now we'll do her new awakened skill, which is the Illusion Force. As Makkari's skill is called Speed Force, this is Illusion Force.
Okay.
Take a look at this one more time. Sorry,
Friendship with
Makkari and her fight
helicopters? No
alongside,
more.
to paralyze
Now
opponents
Bus is
while
my best
also
friend.
dealing a variety of stats that are similar to Makkari's, but the difference being as Makkari's critical damage would be increased, Cersei's a little bit different, where her basic damage is increased by 35% for her next attack.
Okay. Okay. iPhone 13 Pro Max.
All right.
Nice.
Well played. And that does it for
Tim
Cersei.
Apple's not going to be happy about this, man.
All right. Thank you, Cage.
That's right.
Please
Now,
tell
of
me
course,
there's
we can go
more.
on to the Star Eternal, the iconic Eternal himself, which is Ikaris. As you mentioned before, there were some fans
he
of
go
Ikaris
back
are
that
excited.
way? Just
So let's
press
go
the
ahead and
back
take a look at him.
He looks sick.
They're all caps excited, Cage. And there were a
looks
few I didn't
really sick.
read that were in
He
all
doesn't
caps.
really look like
too.
Richard
There's a
Madden,
difference. When they're in
but he
caps, they're
looks
truly passionate.
So sick.
That's how you know that they are screaming the words.
So just as a refresher, who is Ikaris?
Ikaris is the most powerful member of the Eternals. He is the tactical leader of them and has been with them for thousands of years.
Daddy?
He is
Sorry.
moral, kind, charismatic, loyal, and he keeps his fellow Eternals safe.
All traits that are perfect for the leading Eternal.
True.
So yeah, let me go ahead and read off some of the basic effects. So with his uniform, his chain hit damage is increased by 10%, and also all basic damage received has been decreased by 25%.
Okay.
Again, he's a universal superhero, as you can tell. And he has also 2 enhanced skills as well as an additional little item there, which you can probably already tell just by looking at his
Tier
list of
3,
skills.
yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look. Skill number 1 is the Warrior's Fist, not the new skill.
One new skill.
Still always fun to see.
Okay.
Skill number 2 is the Hero's Advance.
He has really good skills, so I'm kind of glad they didn't change his skills. The only skill I wanted them to change was 5.
So this is a new skill, or new-ish skill. This is skill number 3, which is the Cosmic Rush.
Ooh.
Now, those of you who are fans of the previous or the modern uniform will
Okay.
see that it looks familiar. That's because it is pretty familiar, but with one distinct difference. So one difference is that although the substats that it actually causes are the same, what it does is actually creates an additional projectile that is hovered above him, which allows you to, when you cancel this skill, it will allow you to chain other combos as well.
Okay, so you can do like
Take
3
it
cancel
one more
4.
time.
Okay.
As
yeah.
far as
Do it. Chain him.
Chain him. I'll chain. I'll
Yeah,
add a
Cage,
little
play-
bit more
play the
detail.
game
I
properly,
skipped ahead of it.
Cage.
That plays into the developer
Do
notes
it.
later on. Let's go ahead and skill number
Okay.
4, which
It's
is
exactly
the
the same
Eternal
as
Blast.
Sersi's, yeah. You better have a cool tier 3,
Oh, boy.
I'm telling
For
you
those
right
of you
now.
who are wondering, like, this doesn't look completely new, that's because yes and no. So what's different with this skill, again, this is a skill that has similar substats, but the difference is the attack is actually prolonged, which will actually allow you to do more damage. So let's take a look at it one more time.
Oh, his beam lasts longer.
Yeah, if
True.
you time it out and see the number of hits are actually increased because of what he does. He
Yeah,
fires
he's-
first, and then he fires for, as you can see there, for a second time,
Yeah.
allowing you to do more damage.
It is longer.
Very nice.
It
So as you
is.
can see, we are already all set to do our T3 ability. That's right. If it isn't already obvious, Ikaris will be given T3 with this update. The name of
Ikaris?
this T3 is referred to as Fated Precision.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That's right. You can see that he does his iconic beam there. Let's do that one more time. We have
Okay.
to charge up our
Yeah.
T3 account. Then I'll go ahead and read through the stats that go along with it.
Okay.
Those eyes.
I think he's going to be meta, but...
Okay, almost there. I guess while I'm doing that, I'll actually go ahead and read through the developer notes. They mention that after the key thing that goes with this, again, with this uniform is, again, as I mentioned, that's that projectile seen in skill 3. You can actually use it to cancel and be able to chain attacks. So let's test it out. We're going to go ahead and do 3 cancel, 5 cancel, and then 4.
Whoa, Cage, you did a lot of damage there.
Right? Now we're all ready. Let's go ahead and repeat the Fated Precision for his T3.
Okay.
Now, this attack, as you can see, this is an epic burning attack that will leave foes silenced, buffing your next attack by 50% while dealing up to 200% of your character's energy attack.
I mean, it's a cool... Like, the part at the beginning is cool where he slams the ground and all the
Try skill
rocks lift
combo
up, but then
one
it's
more
just,
time.
it's just a beam.
And also, the
you know?
developers mentioned that when you equip an artifact, Ikaris can actually attack enemies with the ignore targeting effect, making him very beneficial in PvP.
Bruh,
right,
no.
good to know.
Okay. Oh, they're pushing these artifacts, eh, brother?
Once again, let me go ahead and read through the developer's
You need-
skill combo for
you
that
need
again. I believe I
the-
butchered it the first time.
He's gonna be able to
Once
iframe
again, it
ignore
is
with
gonna be
all
like
of his
the-
skills.
For the debuff to wear off on that.
I mean,
for a
I'm
second.
not sure if that's what they.
Sweet.
I'm
Keep
not
them
sure if that's
lined
what
up like
Cage
bowling
meant.
pins.
That's right. That's exactly
let's
where they're going to
wait
be.
to see what Cage
We're gonna go
meant.
three cancel, 4 cancel. That's I messed it up again. Oh no. So they actually have 2 different lists of sets here. You can do it with 3 cancel, and then 6 or his T3, or once again you can do 3 cancel, 5 cancel, or 4, and then follow it up with 4.
The 4 is actually still so sick.
And that does it with Ikaris.
Okay, what
There
else?
you have
What
it.
else?
All right.
First
What
few
else,
Eternals
please?
to be released.
What else?
in
What
the
else?
Future fight.
What else?
Hmm.
What else?
Interesting the way you say that.
Hmm.
All right, let's move on. We're
Yeah.
not done with our Eternals content.
Good,
though
good,
we
good.
have finished our characters. And That is because we have an epic quest.
That's right. We have a little bit of more of a unique epic quest as opposed to our different ones.
Oh,
Let's
yeah?
Go ahead and take a look at that.
Okay. Nice.
Story begins.
The story begins.
Nice. That looks sick.
Oh wow, I like this art.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's interesting about this, I'll go ahead and briefly go through
Just skip, dude. I don't
some
want
of
to
the
read it
development
now.
notes as this plays through. But what makes this specific epic quest more interesting is that there are actually separate storylines for each Eternal. For this first update, as of course the first available Eternals are going to be Makkari, Sersi, and Ikaris.
Oh!
And after you clear the prologue, which is currently being run through now, you're going to be given an option to choose one of 3. And the reason why you have to be careful with what you choose is that once you choose a character's specific story, you have to complete it before you can move on to the next story.
Whoa, okay. Press the skip button, dang it!
I'm actually going to go ahead and leave it to...
Thank you! All right, I'm fine.
The rest of the viewers for when this goes live. So what's going to happen first, as I mentioned, there is going to be a prologue. And after you get to prologue, as you mentioned, you're going to get to these next Eternals. And as you mentioned, for those of you who are wondering where the other Eternals are going to be, have no fear, they will be released in a future update. And you can see there's a variety of different, as per normal for each epic quest, you're going to be following a lot of objectives. Now, this isn't really visually appealing to see. We want you guys to actually experience it firsthand. So I'm actually going to go ahead and list for you what the developers listed, what will happen if you choose said stories. For example, for those of you who want to go with Cersei's first story, when choosing Sersi, at the start of her story, you will be given a tier 2 Sersi, and by completing it, you'll be able to transcend her potential. Makkari will be the character that will be available for the deluxe package, and by completing that, you'll be able to grow her to tier 2. For Ikaris, upon starting his story, you will get a tier 2 Ikaris, and upon completing the story, as per other epic quests, you will be able to grow a tier 3 Ikaris. So that's something to look forward to. Once again, in order to move on to the next story, you have to complete that said story, and then you can be able to move on. So there's a lot to go through for each. This is a very unique case. So we look forward to seeing what you guys have to say.
I'm genuinely very excited, but
for the content for
they can't really show it.
All right, but we're not done yet because we have a question to answer.
We have a question.
Which question?
Yes. Which comic series would you like to see in Marvel future? Fight. Cage, you go first.
Which comic series?
Actually, a personal favorite of mine that I would like to see would actually be the infamous Iron Man. That's a character who I would love. Again, it's Doom as Iron Man. So just that combination alone. Again, it's been years since I've read through it, but just having that uniform alone would be fantastic. I think that would be the run.
Yeah, Doom hasn't got a uniform in like 4 months.
I mean, it has potential.
Yeah.
Oh, a potential. I see. I believe you're a fan. I believe you have a different opinion.
I have a different answer. I would like to see Avengers Disassembled. This is by Brian Michael Bendis, David Finch, Danny Miki, Frank Darmada, and more. This takes place after Wanda remembers her children's disappearance.
Maybe
these were memories that Agatha Harkness wiped from her mind, which the Avengers were good with and helped with. And Wanda goes nuts and goes on a spree. And I like seeing Wanda at high potential, even if it's bad, as it frequently is. But I do like her outfit in this one, and I'd like to see it translated over. It has kind of like
them to say
it's pretty witchy. It has kind of a fantasy genre
vibe
to it.
That I like. Now will never be an update.
But you are a fan of Scarlet Witch, so that makes sense.
So
I've mentioned that many times.
You don't want them to choose the good ones, guys.
Yeah, so what are the players to be like? What are some runs that we know?
All right, let's get to them. Ooh, I have many answers to this.
Like you don't want them to choose the good stuff.
Let me pull it over. Lost Druid says Hellfire Gala. Literally nothing is more important than getting the gala. Dude,
I agree with you.
I'm not going to assume your gender, but Hellfire Gala is a great answer. The fashion. I was looking all over those. The different artists had released the outfits on cards, outside of the books.
I remember the promotion.
What a dream.
Marvel Future.
Yes. Nate Case says most wanted comic run, Avengers versus X-Men, with Hope Summers as a new character.
A lot of games get updates with no.
So Hope Summers is the game, unless they're referring to.
So we're really lucky.
Hope Summers isn't the game. I'm not exactly sure what they
she was
mean
released
by that.
a while back as part of the. I think it was around the time.
Sit back.
I remember this.
Yeah.
As scuffed as they are, we need to
Jess Hernandez
them.
Also says Hellfire Gala.
Good answer.
Fogey Squatch says any comic with Havoc and Polaris.
That's a
good one. Good job, whoever said that. Good job, whoever said that. Okay.
Let's see. Michael McGregor says Demon Days. Psylocke needs love.
Michael McGregor.
It's been a while since she's given an update. I agree with that.
Craven Moorhead
Jack of Blades says would like to see Cosmic Ghost Baby
I'm pretty
Thanos
sure,
must die comic book in
Mouthfuls
game.
is
Give
typing
Thanos
some
a baby
messages.
costume or
Why don't
Thanos
you
Punisher
read
costume.
Mouthfuls messages?
Okay, they want to see the Thanos model in game.
I want to see
Oh,
what
I see what you're
Mouthfuls is saying.
referring to.
Okay, I want to read Mouthfuls messages.
Or like
I want a
big
mouthful of
baby.
mouthfuls.
I'm not really sure if
Cosmic
they want a
Ghost Rider
little
having- I
Thanos
see.
baby. Yeah. Or like someone holding baby Thanos, perhaps.
I'm Michael. It's me, Michael
Oh boy.
McGregor.
I mean, that's ambitious. Gabriel Loza again, please forgive me.
Phil McCracken.
I apologize for mispronouncing
I'm
the
sure
names.
Oh man.
Fear itself could make a great update.
People should honestly
especially for the
troll
villains.
with these
I think
names.
so,
People
too.
should honestly troll with the names.
Nanotech Gaming says, "Oh yeah, please, Fear itself, Ms. Marvel." I
Fear
guess they
Itself
were
is good.
agreeing with each other
Fear itself is
here. Eduardo Lopez, great idea.
huge
The trial of Magneto. Magneto is such an interesting
Huge
character, so yeah, I can agree with that. Marcelo Reyes must have watched Marvel's What If because
Assuming he's
they're
gonna talk about
suggesting
Ultron.
nope.
Oh,
Marvel Zombie.
Ooh, that's a good
back
Nah,
back in
that's not gonna
the
happen.
popular eye, you know.
one.
Carlos Rodriguez. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think the only
ahead.
zombie uniform that I'm aware of is I know Venom has a Marvel zombie uniform.
This is the best live
But
stream
yeah,
ever.
I would,
What if they were
or more
all-
specifically, what if they were all zombies? You get zombie Iron Man.
Because she
you
read
get all-
Mouthfuls
That'd
message.
be a fantastic run.
It'd be pretty scary. It'd be good. Carlos Rodriguez says Days of Future Past X-Men.
So many people
Shadow
in the YouTube
Knight
comments
43
are
says,
gonna yell
"We
at me
need Infinity
for talking
Ultron."
over Cage and Kim.
Yeah, that's right.
Alexander
I'm sorry.
Lee says Soldier
had to.
Supreme. And Peter Parker says
Peter Parker is
Max-
one of our fans. We have the actual Peter Parker. One of
yes.
Nice.
They're calling themselves Peter
Silence,
Parker.
Cage. Silence, Cage.
Maximum Carnage. Lots more heroes and villains from that series that could be added to the game. Weird that
100%
Peter
agree.
Parker asking for Carnage.
All right. Guys, do you have any other content,
And Maximus
please?
the Mad
Are we
lastly
done?
says, "I'd personally like to see a Young Avengers update, maybe an epic quest with Iron Lad as the main character."
Iron
That
Man,
is a
another
good
Iron Man
answer.
character. Yes.
I can go, yeah,
I
can-
like that,
I can
Max.
decide.
Give us,
Yeah.
give us. No, just
All
give us
right,
Kang.
lots of well
Don't give us
thought out
Iron
answers.
Lad.
I can tell there's some hardcore Marvel fans in here, people
In a
who
Marvel
are really
game
enjoying
stream?
it. So
Really?
great job, everyone. That was really impressive. So to wrap up what we have gone over today, we have a new character in game,
More, we
Makkari.
need more
Makkari also
stuff.
comes with a new uniform inspired by Marvel Studios' The Eternals.
Well,
We also have new uniforms inspired by Marvel
Ratio.
Studios Eternals for Ikaris and Sersi. And lastly, we have a new epic quest for you to check out, which we've gone over just a little bit. So
Very
this
new
is for
and
you to
unique
find out.
And again, all that to say, when that, as I haven't mentioned already, for after later on in the future, when more Eternals are added to the update again, more Eternals are coming later on. Again, they will be added to the epic quest as well to further expand that story. So we look forward to seeing what you guys have to say about.
yo, he's talking real fast.
I mean, it seems like you should get through this epic
The update
quest.
should be
you know,
tomorrow.
just to be ready. But this brings me to the time of the stream in which we give out the reward code and the
All right,
instructions that you need
That's it
to
for the
claim
live stream.
that reward.
I hope you guys
that
enjoyed
code